Dude, you are a Fields
I don't
guy,
think
and it is
he's
unbelievable.
he has
It,
shown
No.
so many glimpses of like really good.
yeah, of
The only
150
reason
I
passing
why
think
I am
yards.
a
he's better than
the
Drake
only
May
reason
will
why
ever
I'm a
be.
Fields guy.
The only person I would take over him in the draft is I think Daniels is better than May, but is Caleb.
The only reason why I am a Fields guy for Pittsburgh is because Mason Rudolph is like mid to okay. I think if Fields has more upside, and Kenny Pickett fucking sucks. Give me one more
He's
chance.
terrible.
One more chance, and I'm done.
We could actually have this debate right now. I am honestly so torn because I was thinking about this today
Justin.
with the Bears situation. But like, what about this question? Because I was thinking about this. We're so quick to like. I know that Justin Fields has been wildly inconsistent, and he hasn't shown that he can be successful yet for a sustained period of time. But how are we so quick to like already label Justin Fields' ceiling when we're like so quick to put like Drake May and like we don't know what Drake May and Caleb Williams' ceiling or floor is in the NFL yet. I don't think we know what Justin Fields is. He hasn't had any consistency in coaching, weapons, like an offensive line. Like it's a shit show there. I don't think it's fair to like. I think Justin Fields, if you get him coaching consistency, I think he has all the tools to be a stud.
So, like, what you're saying is correct. He's been in turmoil his entire Bears career. He hasn't had, like, he's had two coaches. This is a new regime with him.
Yeah.
They got him a weapon. My issue with him, and it's more Bears specific, like, them trading him and drafting a quarterback resets their clock. And because you have to pay Fields after next year. And he, like, the quarterback market, I mean, is he better than Daniel Jones? Is he going to get more than $40 million a year? Like, how much are you willing to pay him? So if you trade him for whatever you can get for him, you can reset your clock with one of these prospects who, coming out of college, whether you agree or not, like the consensus is they are probably better prospects than Fields was coming out of school. So it depends on how the GM polls like rates the prospects, but like Fields hasn't shown enough for me to say that he is a sure thing for the Bears. Like, there's a difference between, like, oh my god, this guy is Mahomes Hall of Famer, the superstar, and like, oh my god, this guy sucks. Like, there is a middle ground.
Right.
I just think for the Bears situation, it makes sense to move on. The issue is they kept their head coach.
Yeah.
And keeping Eberflus, he's basically a lame duck coach. So are you going to run it back with Fields? And if he fails, are you moving on, giving him an extension, firing your coach? Or are you drafting a rookie where if the team is bad, are you going to fire your coach and he's dealing with the same stuff? So, like, they either have, in my opinion, they had to either fire Eberflus and draft a quarterback or keep it. I don't know what keeping him is going to end up with. But that's
a question you can ask, and I don't think this is what they're asking, but people from the outside looking in, which downfall would you rather have? You trade Fields and he becomes an unbelievable quarterback, or you pass on Caleb Williams and he becomes the next superstar? Like, what would you rather have, I guess?
Trading Fields, absolutely, because
100%.
you have to think having a quarterback in the NFL and making him become a franchise guy is so much about fit. And
that's true.
I don't know if it's ever going to work in Chicago. You're getting in Luke Getsy's out, so you have a new offensive coordinator. I understand DJ Moore's kind of really the only significant weapon there, but you're bringing in a new OC. You got a quarterback that really hasn't proven a ton except the physical tools near the end of his deal, and we just saw what a rookie quarterback could do in C.J. Stroud. I understand that was the perfect scenario, and Chicago's dealt with a lot of turmoil, but I think it's time, and you need to see what the market is for Justin Fields because he might have success. I just don't think it's going to be in Chicago.
I think that's a good point. Well, what about this aspect of it too? Because you think about, and we've heard not only DJ Moore, but several other players on the Bears have come forward and say, we love Justin Fields. They've shown their support. And obviously, take that with a grain of salt, sure. But if that's true and they really want Justin Fields to be their quarterback, if you go out and trade him, you draft a quarterback, say it's you go and draft Caleb Williams. I know the general consensus, and I'm high on Caleb Williams. But if he comes in and for whatever reason it doesn't work and he's not as good as Justin Fields, then you lose the locker room because you just traded the guy that guys believe in for someone who's not as good. I don't know if how much that plays into their decision making, but I feel like that's got to be a part of it too. Like if these guys believe in Justin Fields, I don't know. It's kind of
tough.
an impossible situation.
It's tough because you're looking at a quarterback that hasn't won at all. He's 11-29. Like and is part of it's not all his fault. Don't get me wrong, but he's also someone who for a career is barely above 60%.
Yeah.
He's at 60% completion percentage for his career. He has the tools. I don't know. And everyone was complimenting the Bears the second half of the year when they won some games, but like Fields wasn't particularly good. Like he was throwing under 200
the offense
yards
wasn't
a game.
the bright spot in those.
No,
in
he
the
threw
second half of that
he
year.
threw 4 touchdowns in the last 5 games. Like he ran in 3, sure, but you're a quarterback and you threw 5 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns in 5 games, and you're not throwing 200 yards. Like he hasn't shown enough where this guy is a lock franchise guy.
Right.
Like Dane said, you would rather move on and have him succeed because he already failed with you. You got it wrong, and draft the superstar. Then you stay with the same guy you haven't won games with, and miss on the superstar. Like if I was a fan, I'd prefer to take the shot.
I guess the tough part is too, though. What if like because thinking about resetting the clock, I think is a legitimate argument, but it's also like Bryce Young got what? Like he's making like $16 million or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, it's
like
still expensive.
You're still paying. And Caleb Williams is going to make more money than Bryce Young, obviously at this point. So like it's not like the monetary difference in what you're paying these guys, I don't think is enough to where that should be the end all be all. But I understand like having him on a rookie deal still, does matter. But I think like to use that as the sole reason.
No, I don't think it's the sole reason. I'm just saying that could be a tiebreaker because you're gonna have to decide Fields' 5th-year option, and then you're gonna decide if you're gonna want to extend him. Whereas if you draft Caleb, you get whatever haul you get for Justin Fields, which isn't going to be a ton, but you get that, and they still have the 9th pick. You still have a top 10 pick.
Something that I would do if I were the Bears. Listen, if you're all in on Caleb Williams, I understand. He's an incredible talent if you want to go with him. If for some reason you like a lot of what you see from Drake May or Jaden Daniels, you absolutely have to listen to a Washington or potentially a New England if they want to trade up to that 1 spot, if you can still get another quarterback that you like, because then you're getting even more draft capital and you're still getting a quarterback. And there's already some rumors about Washington wanting to trade up to the 1 spot now with Cliff Kingsbury, who worked with Caleb Williams, that OC Caleb Williams connection. So, yeah, I think Caleb is the best option. I know people will disagree, but I think the Bears should absolutely listen to trade offers from the necessary teams at the number 1 spot.
Yeah, 100%.